So we are going to start in, I love how it's always a debate for me of what to do. Let's start in child's pose. Feet together, knees nice and wide. You'll melt yourself down towards the ground. Use the first few moments on your mat to just focus on breath. Okay, let's not tune into our bodies just yet. Let yourself be still, let yourself be heavy. Take a long in through your nose. Slow breath out. Again, fill. Get empty. Yeah, let your breath get deeper. So other people on here know, but if you're doing a recording later on, I'll fill you in that I recently hurt my back in a class. And one of the biggest things I find when I'm practicing yoga and I injure myself, I often remember that I wasn't breathing in that moment. Okay, it's usually when I'm trying to overexert myself and create a new shape or something that's just outside my comfort zone. And moving into that for me often means I hold my breath. So as you connect to your breath, know that it's also a good indicator that you're operating within your, you want to be within your comfort zone a little bit, outside of it maybe. But as soon as you get to that place where you are overexerting, that's a red flag. Okay, you want to be able to breathe nice and steady through the full practice. And let's just walk our hands over to the right side of our mats. Option to take your left palm under, right palm on top. As you melt your chest down. And breathe. Hi, Tanya. Good morning. Stay for 3. 2. 1. Good, and then we'll walk our hands over to the left side, do that same thing. Okay, so hands beside each other, or it's right palm under, left palm on top. One long breath here. Stay and exhale. Awesome. Let's walk our hands over to the top. And then from here, I want you to push into your palms, pull yourself all the way up, and then lie on your belly. Okay, so when you get there, a couple little sways of your hips. Let your chin or your forehead come down for support. And then we're gonna start with our half frog, okay? So you're gonna bend your right knee up. knee is in line with your hip, toes are turned to the right side. And then I like to make a little shelf and bring my forehead down, but it's also nice to look to one side. Ooh, that feels good today. So do whichever one feels better for you. Long and deep exhale. Good, it's 2. 1. And then simple, you'll just bring that right leg back. We'll go to the other side. So left knee bends, you're finding your half frog shape. Toes turn to the side, maybe look back, make sure your knee is in line with your hip, not too high up. And then same thing, it's your forehead down or look to the opposite side. And just settle in, get heavy here. Notice the quality of your breath here, okay? And then we're gonna check in with it throughout our practice. Make sure it still feels this natural, this long, this deep. Awesome, stay for 2. Okay, really good. You'll start to straighten your leg behind you. We'll bring our hands just under our, what are these called? Under our shoulders, okay? You're gonna take a little cobra as you inhale. As you exhale, come down. Do it again, little cobra. Push the tops of your feet down, come up. Okay, it should feel really simple. You're not going too high. Once more, little cobra. Good, low. This time, little cobra or option for seal, walking your hands a little bit further in front, coming into a little bit deeper of a chest opener or a back bend. Good, and then if you find seal or little cobra, wherever you are, you can also find sphinx. I want you to just stay for a couple moments. 2. Good, hold it. Take 1. All right, lower down. Now you're gonna bring your fingers down, palms are up, so making little teepee shapes with your hands. We're gonna take a little lift as we inhale, and then look over your right shoulder, see your heel behind you. Good, on your exhale, you lower down. Good, little lift. Look over your left shoulder, see your heel behind you. Good, lower. Do it again on the right side, lift up, see your heel. Exhale to low. Once more, lift. Look over your left, pause. Ooh, good, low. We're gonna bring our hands just under our shoulders, tuck your toes underneath now, come up to table. Good, and in your table, it's the usual, okay? We're gonna start by just finding a simple sway side to side. So if you have sore wrists, I feel like I never talk about the wrist warm up, but I want you to know that here, you can always do the wrist. So we're gonna forward and back. Let's all do that together today, just to feel what it's like. Shifting your weight forward, pausing at the top, shifting your weight back. You wanna keep your palms on the mat as you go. And really work on, obviously your palms are pushing down, but can you also push your fingertips into the mat too as you come forward and back? Good, and then the next one, we're gonna turn our fingers now to face our knees, or as close to your knees as you can. They might be facing more out to the side. Same thing, pushing into your fingers and your palms. Can you shift your weight back and come forward, okay? It should be much deeper of a stretch this time around. You probably won't get as far, that's okay. Good, Karen, stay here. We'll take 2. Yeah, so know that this is always an option for you to really get into your wrists during the warm-up. We'll come back to our tabletop and then start to move, okay? Sway your body, circle your body, whatever you need here to warm up your spine. Awesome, and then when you're ready, you come to table, you take it to cat-cow, inhaling to arch your back, drop your belly, look up at the ceiling. As you exhale, push into your hands, round and look down. Good, inhale, arch. Exhale and round. Do it again, lift. Low. It's 2. It's 1. Awesome, round it out. Come to table. From table, I want you to take your right leg behind, take your left arm in front. Notice, so as I lifted my right leg up, right away, my hips started to rotate up as well, okay? I want you to not do that. So keep your hips square, keep your shoulders square. You wanna roll your right hip down so it's in line with your left, and then do that same thing with your shoulder. Good, it's 2. Just hold still and breathe. 1. Okay, hands come down. We're gonna bend that knee. We're gonna step it through. Right away, walk it to the left side. Turn your toes that way. It's a wide-legged fold, okay? Turning all our toes, planting your heels down as you hinge forward. This is a really good place for a prop. Okay, so if you have a prop, you wanna focus on keeping your legs straight. Maybe you're not quite ready to hinge all the way into your fullest expression, okay? It's your first real pose that we're taking today. Good, drop your head, let it be heavy. Stay in. 2. 1. Okay, hands up to our hips. Let's lift up slowly. You're gonna turn your hips, all your toes forward. I want you to kick off the back and then bring it to the top. Just hover here, just hover. So I'm facing the top of my mat. My left knee is bent, I'm hovering. Awesome, take 1. And then sit down into chair. Good, inhale, push through heels, stand up tall. Sit into your chair again. Take a big breath here. As you exhale, let's hinge. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to your mat, step it back to plank. Okay, we're gonna drop our knees. We'll drop our hips or belly. We'll drop our chest or chin. Good, it's a little cobra as you inhale. Good, lower. Do it again, little lift. Lower down. Once more, lift up, stay with me. Okay, coming back into that warm up, if I can even remember it. You're gonna take your hands away now. We're coming up into seal. We're coming up into Sphinx, or it's little cobra, if little cobra feels good for you. Okay, come up, find it, just pause. So check in here. If you're starting to lose control of your breath, if it's starting to feel forced and restricted, maybe you need to come down into a different expression. Good, it's 2. Take 1. All right, let's come down. And then make the little teepees with your hands. It's a little lift. We'll look over our right shoulder. As you exhale, lower. Do it again. Lift, look over your left. Lower down. Look over your right. Good, low. Look over your left. Awesome, lower. Okay, tuck your toes, come up to table. And then take this time to do whatever you need here, okay? Sway, circle, a couple more cat-cows, some wrist work. You can take a child's pose if you need a rest. Good, stay with breath. Two. One. Alrighty, let's come to table. We'll go for the other side. So it's left leg behind, right arm out in front. Take the time, okay? It's all core engagement. We want to engage our core, okay? You're tucking your tailbone under, engaging your belly. Bring that left hip down in line with your right. Same thing with the shoulder. So the shoulder might rotate up. I want to bring it down in line. Good, 2. Just hold it. It's 1. Stay in. Beautiful. Bring your hand to the mat and then bend your knee, bring it through. We're going to crawl to the right side. Take your block with you if you like and find your fold. Okay, turning your toes. Make sure your heels are in line with each other. And then maybe there's space on this one to fold a little bit lower, okay, as you warm up. Nice slow in. Hopefully you can, wherever you are, let your head and your neck be heavy. Good. Stay in. This one. All right, hands up to your hips and then pull yourself up. We're gonna turn to the front. We'll bend, we'll kick off, whatever you need to do to get here, hover. So right knee is bent. You're facing the front, hips and shoulders are square. Good, zip up your belly, okay? Again, it's belly engagement. Hold it for 2. Stay lifted. Okay, 1. Right away, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna sit low. As you inhale, push through your heels, stand up tall. Go ahead, exhale, sit low. Stay here for 1 breath. All right, let's fold. Flat back, look up. Plant your hands, it's a high plank. We can drop our knees this time or not. If you're ready for a full chaturanga, let's lower halfway. Good, chest comes through. It's upward facing dog. Push the tops of your feet down, lift your thighs up. Hover here, just pause. Good, for 2. Hold it here. Last inhale. All right, take it up and back. Find your downward dog. Feet are hip width. Hands are shoulder width apart. Let's push through our fingertips. Maybe pedal out this first dog. All right, take 2. Slowly empty. It's 1. Stay and exhale. Okay, come up to your toes, bend your knees, step, walk, hop to the top. As you inhale, it's a flat back. Exhale, just fold. Good, rise all the way up. Bring your arms down. With breath, okay, inhale to rise. Hands touch as we fold. All right, halfway, breathe in. You're gonna step it back, high to low plank as you exhale. Chest through, upward. Good, take it back, downward dog. Now listen, because it's a little bit different. Left foot's gonna come forward. It's warrior 1 on the left side. I feel like I haven't taught warrior 1 in a really long time. Okay, so we're gonna walk through it. Your hips are square, your feet are wide. Okay, so it's as if you're standing on 2 sides of a train track. Okay, it's not feet in line. Okay, and then the difference between this and a high lunge is that my back heel is on the ground and my toes are turned to the side. Okay, so high lunge, I lift that heel up, all my toes face forward. In this pose, warrior 1, your toes are turned out, your back heel, the outside edge of your foot is down, you're turning your chest and your hips forward, rise up. Yeah, hold for 2. Stay in. Hip square for 1. Now listen, we're gonna push into our front heel. We're gonna kick off, right knee to chest. Right knee to chest. As you exhale, I want you to sit down in your chair. Good, inhale, stand up. Exhale, sit low. Beautiful, take a breath here in your chair, and then as you exhale, let's fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step it back, it's your high to low plank. If you need the break, don't take the flow and just meet me in down dog. Chest comes through. Go ahead, push it back. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. All right, let's go again. To your toes. Bend your knees, step, walk, or hop. Flat back. Bow your chest. Rise up, breathe in. Stay with me, arms come down. Good, reach up, look up. Palms together, just fold. Halfway, breathe in. Okay, flow it back, step it back, whatever it back, meet me in downward dog. Awesome, downward facing. Now, it's the right foot forward, warrior one, get there, okay? So, I'll give you lots of time to set this one up. Your hips are square, your shoulders are square forward. If you want to do the test, walk your back foot in and check if it lands about hip width. If it doesn't, you need to widen your stance, okay? Back heel is down, toes are turned out. Even though your toes are turned out, you're gonna have a tendency to go this way, but I want you to turn forward, okay? You're facing the front. Awesome, breathe here. Just 2. Good, hold it. 1. Okay, let's kick off, knee to chest. As you exhale, sit down in your chair pose. Push through heels, stand up tall. Good, sit again. Take an inhale here at the bottom. Hands to your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. High plank to low, let's flow it back. Okay, high plank, belly is strong. You're gonna lower, look ahead. Good, chest comes up, upward facing dog. Thighs are hovering. Good, take it back to downward dog. I want you to walk your hands all the way back. All the way back, and let's just take a little rest here. Okay, ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows and just hang forward. Maybe you shake your head yes and no. Maybe you sway from side to side. Whatever you need here to feel good. Good, slow inhale. Slowly exhale. 2. 1. Okay, hopefully you found your breath. I want you to walk your hands just at the top of your mat. Find your down dog. Pedal it out. Good, get empty. Let's flow again. We're gonna come up to our toes. Bend your knees, step, walk, or hop to the top. Halfway. Fold forward. Good, rise up with me. All the way up, arms come down. Beautiful, reach up, look up. Palms together, let's fold. Beautiful, halfway lift. Flow it back, okay? You choose high to low plank. You're just gonna take it to down dog if this is a lot, okay? I promise this is probably our last round. Chest through, upward dog. Good, take it back, downward facing. Step your left foot through, find warrior one. Let's rise up. Pivot, so the right heel is down. Shift so you're facing the front, arms reach up. Okay, those are your little checks. Take a breath. Let's kick it off, right knee to chest. Beautiful, one breath. Sit down, chair pose. Good, push through your heels, stand up. Sit again. Now I'm gonna kick off, I'm gonna bring my left knee to chest, pause. pause, left knee to chest, you switch sides, okay? And then take it into eagle pose, left leg on top, left arm underneath. Just land here. Good, stay and breathe. 2. Stay with me. All right, it's 1. We're gonna undo, bring that knee back up to your chest. This time, as you bring it down, let's just hinge, pick up your right, and take a warrior 3. Okay, lots of switching between sides. So now you're in warrior 3. Ooh, your right leg is back. Your hips are square, your shoulders are square. Belly is engaged, okay? Arms out a little bit trickier. I like palms together. I find it helps me find my balance in the pose. Good, hold for 2. Stay in. All right, hold for 1. You're going to hinge all the way down into standing split. Zip up your top leg, your right leg. Okay, use your prop if you need, hands on your prop. Your focus here is just that the right leg is straight. Don't worry about anything else, okay? Hold it here. Stay in. Hinging from your hips for 2. Okay, it's 1. Now listen, because this is a weird transition. We're gonna start to bend our knee in the air, our right leg. And then we're gonna start to bend our standing leg, our left leg. Bend it, bend it, bend it. You should land on your right shin first. Once your right shin is down, then your bum comes down. Good. Keep your right knee bent. Straighten your left leg and meet me in seated tree. All right? Reach up all the way. Good, just hinge from your hips. So your right knee is bent, your left leg is straight. I think I'll deserve like an Emmy or something if I remember what we did on the other side. Okay, so know that it might look different. Stay for 2. Hold it for 1. Okay, come up. Pick up this left leg, take it out. I'm gonna do this one with caution. We're gonna find a side bend, okay? So for you, start to hinge over to the side, the left side, and then reach your right arm up overhead. You might go a little deeper than me, but again, if you're starting to compress on one side and you can no longer breathe, there's an indication that you're going a little too far. Good, hold it. Stay in. 2. 1. Awesome, lift up. Keep your right leg forward, send your left leg behind. You decide if you want to take a half pigeon, okay, a little bit deeper, or if you want to take deer pose, or you make the 90-90 legs. Okay, so deer pose is a little bit simpler. Our hip is at the edge of our mat. Our knee is right in front of the hip. Shoulders square, hips square. You start it like this. And then you might start to fold. If it's half pigeon, hopefully you know the setup, okay? Going into half pigeon, please make sure that your hips are square before you fold.
Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me.
Good, settle in here, okay? We have another 5 or so breaths. Let yourself get heavy in the pose. I find a lot of the time in these hip openers, we hold tension in our shoulders. So the way to get that ease up there is to take your elbows wider and just let your head be heavy. Another great place for a prop under your head or your chest.
My heart is open, I am aware, in me's a knowing, I'm love, 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 my heart is open, I am aware, in me's a knowing.
Once you get up, There's no rush. If you're
Love,
in deer,
love,
you're gonna kind of roll up off your right hip, tuck your left toes under. We're making our way into a three-legged dog, okay? Pushing into your palms. You'll slowly start to lift your right leg, take it up high. You can hold a three-legged dog like this with your hips square, shoulders square. Or if you want to open up your hip, you bend your knee, open up that right hip. Try to keep your shoulders square, okay? Hold for 2. Good, hold it for 1. Let's drop that leg down. Pedal it out. Slowly, exhale.
From my center, at the center of
Take another in.
Please let me feel.
Now crawl your hands to the back. You'll make your way into one final resting pose. So at the back of your mat, you decide if you want to take ragdoll again, or if you would like to take your peace fingers around your big toes, pull up on your toes, and melt your chest down to get a little bit deeper.
From my center,
Just breathe.
please let me feel. Please let me feel. From my center, and the center of me. My heart is open. I am aware. It means knowing of love.
Let your head be heavy for 2.
My heart is open. I am aware.
1.
It means knowing.
Okay, bring your hands away from wherever they are. You're gonna walk your hands to the top and just find downward facing dog. Okay, we're just gonna play on this side. We'll see how it goes. Come up to your toes when you're ready. Bend your knees, step, walk, hop to the top. It's funny how 2 days off makes me feel like I don't know how to teach anymore. Halfway lift. Good, bow your chest. Let's rise all the way up, inhale. Let your arms fall. Good, inhale, reach up. Palms touch, let's fold. Okay, halfway lift. Last time, you're gonna flow it back, high to low plank. Belly tight, look ahead. Chest comes up. Beautiful, push it back. Now, we're gonna bring our right foot forward, land in warrior 1, rise up. Rise up, it's warrior 1 on the right side. Take a breath. Good, settle in, hips and shoulders square. Take 1. Let's kick off. Knee to chest, left knee to chest, pause. And then you'll sit down low. As you inhale, push through your heels, stand up. It's right knee to chest. Ooh, find it, it's tricky. And then we'll take it over for eagle. Right leg over, right arm under. Just pause. Good, find it here. You can take the full bind, giving yourself almost a reverse high five to get into it, or keep your arms stacked. Shoulders down, away from your ears. Okay, it's 1. Pause here. We're gonna undo. Sit down in your chair. As you come up, pick up your left knee. Let's find our warrior 3. Pick up your left leg. First you're bent, okay? First you're bent, just like we were at the start. Then we start to hinge, hinge, hinge. Straighten that leg, square your hips if you can, okay? If it's easier, bring your palms together. Zip up that back leg. Square shoulders, square hips. Awesome, just breathe. 2. Okay, it's 1. We did something like the last side, that's all that matters. Now I want you to hinge all the way down, find your standing split. Okay, work on straightening your top leg. Forget about how high it is, okay? Forget about how much like the splits this looks and feels like. Just breathe. Good, stay low. 3, 2, 1. Okay, wherever your hands are, bring them to the mat. Now start to bend your standing leg. That's step 1. Then you're going to bend your right leg. That's step 2. We start to lower, lower, lower. Your left shin should hit first. Your left toes, your left shin. Then you sit your bum down. Good. Right leg straight. Find your seated tree. Hips and shoulders to the front. So let's reach up high. Good. Just hold. Settle in. Sit up slowly. You'll pick up your right leg, take it out. Bring your left foot to your right thigh. Stand tall first, sit tall first. Then you start to lean over, take your side bend. Just breathe. 2. That's 1. Then you choose, okay, come back up. It's either half pigeon or deer pose. So for half pigeon, we swing our leg back. For most of us, your left heel will be really close to your right hip. You'll square and then lower. If it's deer, you're making 90 legs, and then you fold. Whichever one you're in, your shoulders are squared at the top. Notice if you're holding tension in your shoulders, can you widen your elbows? Can you relax that tension as much as possible? Yeah, and sometimes, like, let me give you a little caveat to that, okay? So yes, I want you to relax your shoulders. I want you to get lower. If this is really tight on your hips, and this feels like a lot, then holding yourself up with your forearms is much more manageable. So then you want to keep your shoulders engaged, okay? So it's all about where you feel good in your body, and notice, like, if you widen your elbows and you get low and suddenly you feel like you're about to vomit because it's such an intense stretch and you can't breathe, okay, that's a cue that you need to come back up. Hopefully that makes sense. Two. 1. Okay, so we'll start to pull ourselves up. That's 1. If you are in deer, can you roll off your left hip? Tuck your right toes underneath. Good. And then once you're ready, we'll push into our palms. We'll pick up. You need a strong core to pick up your left leg, send it up and back. Find your 3-legged, okay? You can keep closed hips, closed shoulders, or you can open up your hips if you like. Just 2. That's 1. Okay, drop your feet. Final time, I want you to crawl back all the way. Take gorilla pose at the back of your mat. Just slide your hands underneath. Bend your knees, let your chest fall. Okay, stay low. We're gonna move into Navasana. So if You maybe have really tight hamstrings or calves. It might not be accessible for you to lower all the way down from here. I want you to do whatever you need to just meet me in Navasana or boat pose at the back of your mat. Okay, if you're with me, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna keep your hands close to your feet. So I like to take them around my big toes. Then I start to bend my knees, bend, 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 bend. You gotta get deep in your squat. Then once your bum hits, you lift up. Okay, you lift up, you find your boat. If that was not accessible, get into your boat. It might look like this, okay? It might look like bent knees, whatever it is. If you have it, you're working the straight legs. And then if you have the straight legs, that's when you'll start to open up. Okay, chest lifted. You wanna find like that sweet spot in your balance. Careful that there's no rounding in your spine. Okay, hold it for 2. Stay in. Hold for 1. All right, bring your feet to touch wherever you are. Let's find Baddha Konasana, feet together. We'll just flutter. Find a straighter spine. And then when you're ready, so weird transition, hands by your bum. You're gonna take your heels away, push into your hands, bring your hips forward, okay? And then do that one more time, hands by your bum. Take your heels away, push into your hands, pull yourself forward. Good. A lot of that just to get down. So we're gonna bring our knees together. We're gonna lie down. I want you to just circle your knees here at the bottom. It should feel nice on your low back. If you do have an injury or anything, it might not. So I want you to just hold still. And we'll circle the other way. When you're ready, you're gonna bring your heels down. We'll set up for our spinal twist, and I wanna do it with the proper form, so listen, okay? Your heels are down in front of your bum. You're gonna push down into your heels, push down into your shoulders, lift your hips up as if you're going into bridge. Then take your hips over to the left side of your mat, bring them down. Then let both knees fall to the right. Okay, arms open up. So essentially, we're taking our hips to the left first, and then we drop our knees to the right. That adjustment in your hips is so that we can keep our spine in alignment, okay? If I were to take like a bird's eye view photo of you right now, your shoulders would be right above your hips. One. Okay, you'll bring your knees back up, bring your hips back to center, and then we'll go the other way. So pushing into our heels, pushing into our shoulders, lift your hips up, take your hips to the right, drop them down, and then let your knees fall to the left. Then you take your full twist. It's a lot for me. I'm not going to, but you do. So you're gonna slowly come back to center. One more time. I want you to pull your knees up into your chest. Maybe rock yourself a little bit side to side. You'll give yourself a giant squeeze here. If you're ready, take Shavasana. If there's anything else you need, you take that first. Meet me in Shavasana. You'll start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Reach your arms overhead, take a full body stretch. And roll into the fetal position on one side. And with your eyes closed, find a seat at the top of your mat. There's no rush. Palms together at your heart center. Take a big breath in. Open and sigh. Thumbs to your forehead center. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.